World. It is Thursday, October 12th, 2023. And sorry I didn't do a devotional yesterday. I had a meeting that I had to leave pretty early in the morning to get to. So, devotion, or looking out the window at Defiance, it is kind of overcast and kind of rainy. I think it's going to be that way for most of the morning at least, maybe some clearing in the afternoon. The devotion for today is entitled Your People, written by John Edgerton. John bases the devotion upon Exodus chapter 32, verses 7 through 11, New Revised Standard Version. The Lord said to Moses, "Go down at once. Your people, whom you brought up out of the land of Egypt, have acted perversely. They have cast for themselves an image of a calf, and have worshipped it and sacrificed to it." But Moses implored the Lord his God and said, "O Lord, why does your wrath burn against your people, whom you brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand?" And then John writes, it's a classic joke. Two parents look out over some household catastrophe, aghast at the chaos created by one small, unattended person in a short time. Then one parent turns to the other and says indignantly, "Just look at what your child did." This same drama plays out between God and Moses. Having turned their backs for just a minute, Moses and God find the Israelites worshiping an idol. The people even found time to make a graven image of it, the golden calf, which they really weren't supposed to do. It's literally rule number 1 and rule number 2. Sidebar: how are they doing metallurgy? God tells Moses, "These are your people." Moses tells God, "These are your people." And they're both right. The Israelites belong to God and they belong to Moses. We belong to God and we belong to one another. Maybe you woke up today thinking about some church catastrophe, aghast at the chaos wrought by just a few in only a short time. Maybe you're tempted to shout at God, "These are your people." But don't be surprised when God points to your neighbors and confidants and wise elders and unbowed youth, the ones who have worshiped with you, mourned with you, celebrated with you, the ones who have gotten it right and gotten it wrong, the ones who have seen you get it right and get it wrong. Don't be surprised when God points to them and says, "These are your people." And John's prayer: God, thank you for the gift of community. Amen. Well, what came to my mind when I was reading this was just how interconnected our lives are. In the United States, hyper-individualism is rampant. We think we make it all on our own and can do everything on our own, and whatever we get for ourselves is because we earned it by ourselves. And our lives are so interconnected with one another, with everything we use, everything we eat, everything we touch, the houses we live in, the energy we use. We're all interconnected with one another and with the world. And there's a certain sense, I think, in some places in the United States of isolationism, that we shouldn't be thinking globally. And yet we are all God's people globally. We are all God's created, and we're interconnected. Our lives are very much interconnected. I was thinking about that the other day, how I remember as a kid going grocery shopping with my dad, and in the winter there wasn't really a lot of fresh produce available other than the stuff that would store over winter. And now, we have fruits and vegetables of all U.S. seasons available to us all year round because they come from all over the world. We are so interconnected. And even the resources, the extractive resources that are used to do our cell phones and our laptops, our cars, come from all over the world. And so often, that's so removed from us that we aren't even aware of it. And in many situations, some of those extractive industries are causing grave harm to the environment in those locations and to the people who live there, the indigenous folks who live there. But we never see it. We're not connected to it. And yet they are our neighbors, our brothers and sisters. We have to start thinking that we are interconnected and part of an integral web of life and stop thinking of ourselves as individuals. They are our people. They are God's people. Anyway, that's what came to my mind as I was reading this. You may get something different out of it, but hope it gives you some food for thought. Hope you join us for worship this Sunday. This Sunday is also our blessing of the animals. You're welcome to bring your animal, as long as they can be controlled, to the worship service to receive a blessing. Or you can bring photographs of your pets. You can also bring photographs of those that have left and are waiting for you at the Rainbow Bridge, because a portion of the service will also be in remembering our pets that have blessed our lives and are no longer with us. So I hope you can join us. Music starts about 10:15 or so, worship at 10:30 or so after the announcements begin, and I'll be doing the blessing of the animals in place of prayers for the people this week. So I hope you can join us. And the message will be related to St. Francis in a way, but also the Song of Hannah from 1 Samuel. So hope you have a good day and hope to see you soon.